Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Advocate coming to you. It's Wednesday. Sorry, a little space, more space in between my last two videos. But we've come to we can say third video, including the intro or the pilot, however you want to see it. But this next video is very important to me in my work that I do with advocacy and my training that I do with parents, and just making sure, first and foremost, that the student is getting the best and most appropriate services needed. Um, so it brings me to, does the student have an educationally related disability under IDEA? And remember, IDEA is the Individuals with Disability Education Act. It is the law that governs most federal laws that pertain to special education. Um, what a suspected disability meeting does, and it could be called different things in different states. I'm in Ohio once again, and it is called a suspected disability meeting. But what it does is it brings IEP team members together to discuss whether or not they believe or they suspect that there truly is an educationally related disability. I emphasize educationally related because a lot of the times parents will come into these meetings and have notes from doctors. Keep in mind, doctors can make medical diagnoses, but they cannot prescribe educational services, as they don't have that training, just like I can't prescribe medication because I don't have the training that a doctor would need. So back to some of my experiences, though, with a suspected disability meeting. If I have a parent call me and say, hey, I suspect that, my son or daughter might have a disability, I've gone to the district. They're kind of telling me to wait and we will, do different things. If a parent has come to the realization that their son or daughter may have a disability, 9 times out of 10, I have to trust that gut instinct or that parental instinct, because many parents, I'm a first-time parent, I want to believe that, you know, my child, that all is right with my daughter Aria, that nothing could ever be wrong. Thankfully now, she is progressing well, achieving. She's only 3 years old, but I try to put myself in some of my clients' shoes. It would be very difficult for me to get to that conclusion that there might be something that is educational or that is impacting Aria's education. So once a parent gets to the point where they are using disability, using the word, or reaching out to the district, reaching out to me, my experience tells me they have done a lot of thinking, they've done a lot of processing, and they've also done a lot of anecdotal data collection. Anecdotal data collection sometimes isn't all numbers, but observations, things like that. So the parents, that parental instinct that I talked about, usually is right. So when you suspect a disability, you can contact me and I can help you with this. But like I said, my mission here in this YouTube channel is to give my knowledge away for free to help parents all across the nation. So very first thing you need to do is you need to send an email to your child's teacher, as well as carbon copying the building administrator, usually the building principal, and simply stating that I suspect Johnny has a disability in the area of mathematics, let's say. If you can provide some of the observations and the data that you've taken, that helps tremendously during the actual suspected disability meeting. Also in that email, I would put that you would like to meet with members of Johnny's team to determine whether there is a suspected disability, and if further evaluations are needed, or an ETR, an evaluation team report. Always put this in email. Why do I say that? Because it's documentation. You really want to document everything that you're doing from this point on. Because once they receive that email, or once you send that email, there's a timeline that's started. So inevitably, you are expediting the services and supports that your child may need. You come to the suspected disability meeting. This can be intimidating. It is usually the first meeting, special education meeting, that parent is involved in. It's one of the most important in my mind. The suspected disability meeting is to really determine, does that child's disability impact their educational performance? Team members that I like to see at the suspected disability meetings are the general ed teacher, the special education teacher, maybe the school psychologist, and a building administrator. A multitude of interventions that the districts are going to offer, oftentimes in my experience, refer back to the RTI triangle. RTI standing for Response to Intervention, which is a school-wide program that provides tiered level interventions to all students. Response to Intervention, or RTI, though, by law cannot delay the evaluation if there is a suspected disability.